Eternal Echoes, A Journey Through Loss and Resilience by Reuben White. In the quiet solitude of a sorrowful dawn, Diane found herself standing at the crossroads of reality and heartache. The day that her world crumbled, she had no place to go, no compass to guide her through the labyrinth of grief that loomed ahead. As she walked along the valley, her steps synchronized with the rhythm of her racing thoughts. The rivers flowed ceaselessly, mirroring the endless stream of memories that tugged at her heartstrings. Each droplet of water seemed to carry the echoes of a life she once knew, a life forever altered. Diane's gaze lifted to the heavens, where an overcast sky mirrored the turmoil within her. It was as if the universe itself mourned the loss she had endured. The clouds, heavy and burdened, mirrored the tears that refused to leave her eyes. All but faded memories from deep within her past resurfaced like fragile whispers, threatening to dissolve into the ether. "I got to hold on tight," Diane whispered to herself, the words escaping her lips like a sacred incantation. "It's written in the stone." The stone, a symbol of permanence, now etched with the indelible marks of her grief, held the story of her pain. It was a story she couldn't erase, no matter how desperately she wished to rewrite it. With every step, she felt the weight of that stone, a constant reminder that she had to bear the burden of her loss. "I got to make it right," she continued, her voice trembling, "or I will find myself alone. Alone in a world that had lost its color, its vibrancy, and its warmth. Alone in a life that had been irrevocably altered by the absence of someone dear to her heart." Diane's feet carried her forward, one step at a time. She had no grand destination in mind, all she knew was that she had to keep moving. The only possession she had left was the pair of shoes on her feet, a stark reminder of how life had stripped her of everything except her will to survive. Search for a safer resting place, she thought, as she looked around at the world that had become so unfamiliar. It's time to take a seat. Diane found a small, secluded spot by the riverbank and sank down onto a weathered rock. The sound of rushing water served as a balm for her restless soul, a lullaby that whispered of the inexorable passage of time. She knew she couldn't change the world, but she had a made-up mind, an unshakable determination to weather the storm that had engulfed her. Like an old cliché, they said, it only gets better with time. Diane clung to that belief like a lifeline. She yearned for the day when the pain would lose its sharpness, when the memories would bring more smiles than tears. "He's always guiding my path," Diane thought, a faint smile tugging at the corners of her lips. "Leading me on my way." The he she referred to was the one who had left a void in her heart, a loved one who had departed from this world too soon. In the darkest moments of her grief, she often felt his presence, a comforting whisper in the wind, a gentle touch in the rustling leaves. When there was nothing left to say, when words failed her, she found solace in the belief that he was still with her, watching over her. "I'm searching for that brighter day," Diane admitted to herself, her eyes scanning the horizon as if trying to glimpse a future that was still shrouded in mist. It was a future she could hardly imagine without him, but she knew she had to try. "He's my comforter," she whispered, her voice breaking with emotion, "at a time when I'm feeling blue. Whenever the weight of grief threatened to suffocate her, whenever the world seemed too harsh and unforgiving, he was there to provide solace." His memory was a lifeline, a reminder of the love they had shared, and the strength she had gained from it. "Whenever times are tough," Diane continued, her resolve firm, "he always pulled me through." Diane knew that she couldn't change the world, couldn't reverse the hands of fate that had taken him away. But she had a made-up mind, an unwavering determination to keep moving forward, to keep pushing through the darkness, even when the world seemed so unkind. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months. Diane's grief did not dissipate, but it transformed. It became a part of her, woven into the fabric of her existence. She carried it with her like the stone she had spoken of, the heavy burden of loss that she could never put down. But as time passed, she noticed a subtle shift. The overcast sky began to clear, allowing rays of sunlight to pierce through the clouds. The rivers that once felt like a mirror of her sorrow now sparkled with a newfound beauty. The memories, though still bittersweet, began to bring more smiles than tears. One day, as Diane stood by the river, a butterfly landed on her outstretched hand. Its delicate wings, adorned with vibrant colors, seemed to dance in the gentle breeze. She watched in awe as it fluttered away, carried by the wind to destinations unknown. In that moment, Diane realized that life was like the butterfly, fragile, fleeting, and filled with moments of breathtaking beauty. She couldn't change the past, couldn't bring back the one she had lost, but she could choose how to honor their memory. She could choose to live a life filled with love, resilience, and purpose. With a heart full of gratitude for the time she had shared with her loved one and a newfound sense of purpose, Diane continued her journey. She knew that the road ahead would still have its challenges, but she also knew that she had the strength to face them. As the years passed, Diane became a source of inspiration to those who knew her. Her story of loss and resilience touched the hearts of many, reminding them that even in the darkest of times, there was a glimmer of hope, a reason to keep moving forward. And so, Diane's journey continued, written in the stone of her heart, a testament to the enduring power of love, the strength of the human spirit, and the beauty that could emerge from the depths of sorrow. Moral ending. In the end, Diane's story teaches us that grief is a journey, a path we must walk when we lose someone dear to our hearts. It is a heavy burden, a stone that we must carry, but it is also a testament to the love we shared with those we've lost. And as time passes, as the clouds of sorrow begin to part, we find that there is still beauty in the world, still reasons to smile. Diane's journey reminds us that we cannot change the past, but we can shape our future. We can choose to honor the memory of our loved ones by living a life filled with love, resilience, and purpose. And in doing so, we find that even in the midst of loss, there is a brighter day waiting to be discovered. So, let Diane's story be a beacon of hope for all those who have felt the weight of grief. Let it inspire us to keep moving forward, to keep pushing through the darkness, for there is a brighter day ahead, and it is written in the stone of our hearts.